Welcome back. A new NRMA survey has revealed an overwhelming majority of motorists believe children under the age of 16 should be completely banned from riding e-bikes, even throwing their support behind police seizing and crushing overpowered and modified bikes. Joining us this afternoon on The Debrief is Margot Parker from Triple M in Brisbane and journalist James Royce. Good afternoon to both of you. Margot, we know there are so many emergency doctors and specialists reporting a huge increase in the number of serious injuries. A lot of young people are suffering from these e-bikes. Do you think they should be banned for those under the age of 16?
Well, look, as a mother of two sons who ride e-bikes, we need to determine what e-bikes we're talking about and what we're classifying here. There are some that are pedal assist, which my boys ride, which go 25 kilometres, and they are the legal 250 kilowatts. They ride them to the bus to get to school. They ride them to go and see their mate down the street, and sometimes even to pop down the shop to get a haircut. They must wear helmets. They must be on the pathway. They're not on roads. They're not doing wheelies, etc. And as a parent, that's my responsibility to make sure that they're being accountable for the way that they use those things. But I definitely think Surons and other e-bikes that are classified a higher kilowatt, absolutely. We're seeing a lot of accidents, a lot of kids on the roads using these appropriately, terrorising parks and neighbourhoods and communities. And so I think we really need to be specific about what this looks like, because as a mother who works in the mornings and my children use it as a means of transport to be able to get where they need in the morning, it's essential for our family.
James, it's interesting to know. That's great to have the regulations. A lot of people seem to be in support of this, especially with the dangerous or modified e-bikes. But the issue is also who polices this. We know authorities are under so much pressure at the moment.
Well, that's it. Yeah. How do you do it? Are you going to have kids having ID checks? Are you going to have to carry sort of age verification around? That said, when it comes to banning them, the stats speak for themselves. You're twice as likely to be hospitalised in an e-bike crash versus a normal bike. I've seen the WA's ban them for under 16s. Queensland is looking at it too. In terms of 12-year-old, that's the New South Wales plan is to have a 12-year age limit on it. I'm old-fashioned. I'm like, just have a normal bike with gears. I used to have to push my bike up the hill. I survived. So these 13-year-olds aren't doing Uber Eats or door dashing, so I'd be comfortable with a 16-year ban.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but there has to be continuity right across the country. Moving on this afternoon, fans of popular K-pop group BTS are lashing out at ticketing platform Ticketmaster after it was announced that prices for the group's upcoming concert tickets would only be revealed 30 minutes before they go on sale, and that's already when the buyers were already waiting online. This just isn't on, is it, Margot?
Well, the thing is I've just recently missed out on Taylor Swift tickets, Drake tickets, and more recently Post Malone tickets for this very reason. You sit in the waiting lounge and then you finally get through after half an hour or so across multiple different devices, and then you realise the tickets are $600, $700, $800, and you just think it's unfathomable. And so yeah, I think definitely pricing should be listed. I think there should be some transparency around what that looks like, and offering a wide variety of pricing, not just specific sections as they slow release them across those 4 or 5 day periods like they do with pre-sales across the different corporates that slap their name onto these things.
James, your thoughts on this? Do you think it's a bit of an alleged business strategy?
I think it's so unfair. I think they're just exploiting their fans, and we know how obsessed their fans are. So they're just trying to milk every cent out of them that they can. I thought it was unfair too. Like Taylor Swift was accused of exploiting her fans by not having as many concerts as she had in the past during her most recent tour. I think that these artists look at their fans as a business model, and they'll just try to make as much as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally this afternoon, this is a bit of a new initiative that sparked plenty of debate about common courtesy. Pregnant women in New South Wales will now be able to board public transport and also wear a lanyard that says baby on board to remind people to offer them a seat. Margot, what do you think this says about today's world?
Well, I think it stops any confusion. I'm disappointed and I hate that we have to do it. But imagine being a woman who isn't pregnant and somebody standing up and offering you a seat if you are overweight. At least it takes out that confusion of, is she pregnant, is she not? I don't want to be seen as rude by, potentially calling someone that's pregnant that's not. But at the same time, I don't want to not be considerate of that person's needs as well. So, look, I think think it's a really fine line that we're skirting around in regards to making rules and, you know, spending money and time on this when it's just common sense to be considerate of those around you. But I think people are more distracted than ever. People aren't looking up around them or what's going on at their surroundings. They're not noticing other people or being considerate because they're too bloody busy with their heads in their phones.
James, do you think this is a good or bad idea with the lanyards?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think it's sad that we've reached this point. I actually noticed the other day I was on a train. I stood up. I was brought up to stand up for people that need a seat. No one else was. And I guess that was the thing. I don't know that it was rude, but I think they just stuck on their phones looking at that. You know what? If the policy works and more people that need the seat get them, then great. But if it doesn't, well, what have we come to as a society?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you both make a great point. Everyone's in their phone and not concentrating on what's going on around them. We appreciate you both joining us this afternoon. Margot and James, thanks so much.
Thank you.